So my STEEZ, know what's going on? Yes, Lord, bringing you round 11. Game 2, man. Friday night footy. Dreamtime at the G, as always. Essendon versus Richmond. Coming into this game, man, was not really looking too forward to this game. I don't find either team just overly impressive, overly entertaining, and definitely expected for some boring patches during the game. And I will say that prediction did come pretty true, man. I don't think anybody really rates Essendon and Richmond very highly. And if you did, last week, if you did either team, then something's wrong with you. Richmond has the rare good wins, and Essendon was beating up on inferior teams, and then proved last week that they're not really the side that the media was trying to give them credit for. Those defenses, this defense, this defense, that. No. I'm glad that everybody's down to. We're all on the same page now. But anyways, coming into this game, Richmond was going to be short, handful of players, really important players if you don't mind. That being Nankervis, Tom Lynch, and also Noah Balta. And so for that reason, Nathan Broad was getting his first skipper moment for Richmond. And so you definitely expected Richmond to struggle, especially even with those three. You expect them to struggle, but without those three, even more so. And they definitely struggle, man. They, especially forward, bro. They weren't able to take many marks going forward, especially early in the game. Definitely, but I guess the case was for Essendon as well. I think both teams relatively scored decently from the defensive half, but it wasn't much scoring, especially early in the game. Essendon kicking a bunch of balls over forwards' heads, and Richmond probably being a little bit too ambitious, man, and kicking beyond their means. But the game was pretty flat-footy. It was flat-footy, as coined by our very own Thomas Cullen. Shout out to Cullen, man. But yeah, the game. A lot of people in our chat, even when we were live streaming, that we're not really too fond of this game. I think one of the key factors of this game was injuries as well for Essendon. Essendon felt a lot of injuries. First they had Mason Redmond, who had a sore tummy, is what Eddie Betts was calling it. So I don't know if he just had the runs, if he was throwing up, or some type of illness going on with bruh. But there was that. Zach Reed with hamstring, which is unfortunate for my fantasy team because I just traded for bruh, which is fuck. He has a history of hamstrings. There was a couple blokes, man. Who else was hurt for Essendon, bruh? Oh, shit. There was a handful of people from Essendon, man. But that goes also going on to say that Richmond had a couple injuries with Thompson Dow and Sam Lawler with a hamstring as well, which is not really what you want to see, man. But yeah, man, it was pretty tight contest early on. Not many fireworks, and really Essendon probably came away toward the end of the third quarter and dominated the fourth quarter. I think really behind Zach Merritt and Nick Martin for sure. And also Sam Durham got alive a little bit too. Matter of fact, Sam Durham was also somebody who had a little bit of hamstring. May have pulled a hamstring, but then came back in the game as well. So it was good to see that he came back. But Nick Martin in particular, bro, I was very impressed with one little moment that he had where he was running kind of full speed and did like a little flick of the boot, and brought like a toe tap kind of style and brought the footy like that was bouncing on the ground ever so slightly and right into hand positioning, and very smooth, bro. I was actually very impressed with that. Never really seen anything like that in the AFL. So Nick Martin is a player that I really like for Essendon, so I was very impressed with that. But yeah, really by the end of the game, Essendon really was just dominating as far as clearance goes, and Richmond was able to stay in the game in the beginning because they were winning territory, but they weren't very efficient in front of goal either. Early on, there was a lot of most of the goals were general play, but eventually started to get a couple marks inside 50, man. But Angus Clark on debut had 3 goals, so good on him for Essendon. Yeah, this game was really not much to talk about, bro. It was very boring, bro. Definitely lacked the class, and Really just puts into perspective where these teams really are. Essendon really showing the true colors, man. Not being able to put away a Richmond side and a crippled Richmond side at that. Yeah, man, I'm glad. If Essendon is able to sneak into the 8, this is going to be very bad, I think, for the competition, man, because they're not going to be able to hold up in the 8. Yeah, it was not very entertaining. I want to get the other player that I seen was injured for you as well. I don't want to leave without that. Kyle Langford did a quad injury, and those are some important players for Essendon in particular. Zach Reed has been a player that emerging as a building block down in the defense. Kyle Langford obviously has been like a leading goal kicker. I believe he led last season. And yeah, so these are players and Sam Durham those are the players that you really don't want to lose. It'll be interesting to see how they fare. It'll be interesting to see if they are all available next week. But yeah, Essendon's already not even that great with them. So without them, just expect more boring footy, more flat footy, if you don't mind. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was kind of a snooze fest, and Essendon able to will their way forward just yet again, man. And not very impressive, man. So that's really all I got to say about this game, not gonna lie. Hopefully Sam Lawler isn't injured too badly for Richmond. He's shown patches of being impressive this season, the #1 pick of this past draft. And yeah, if Richmond want to even have a chance at being competitive and have some more upsets like they've had this season, they'll definitely need him. He had some decent moments this game as well. So yeah, that's about it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. Got Super Saturday coming up. Got a handful of games, 4 games coming on, man. And I must say, man, some of these games coming up don't look the most interesting, man. So hopefully they give us some type of competitive spirit. Some teams that I expect to get blown out, hopefully they give a stronger effort. And hopefully we don't have a lack of class like this game. Especially during a big game like Dreamtime at the G, bro. That's a pretty important game to be lackluster. But yeah, man, make sure you catch y'all, bro. Make sure you catch us if you don't mind.